Why does the author list weather forecasting, GPS, and telecommunications in paragraph 1? A. To show examples of what space junk poses a risk to. B. To explain why more and more satellites are being launched each year. C. To list things we take for granted on Earth. Or D. To show what old satellites are used for. Let's begin by taking a look at our key words, weather forecasting, GPS, and telecommunication, in the text. We see them in the third sentence, which tells us that the debris poses risks to the International Space Station and threatens things we take for granted on Earth: weather forecasting, GPS, and telecommunications. Looking at our choices, two stand out as potential answers. A. To show examples of what space junk poses a risk to, and C. To list things we take for granted on Earth. The remaining choices, to explain why more and more satellites are being launched each year and to show what old satellites are used for, simply aren't applicable in this context. Going back to our options, although it's true that the items being listed here are things that we take for granted on Earth, we need to take into account why the author is listing these things. It's not merely to discuss things that we take for granted, but it's to deepen our understanding of the overall topic being discussed in this passage: the effects of space junk on our lives and why it should matter to us, including showing what it poses a risk to. With questions like these, there may be more than one answer that's technically true and could be a suitable option. In these cases, it's important to pick the choice that best encapsulates the overall idea of the passage. With this in mind, we can mark A, to show examples of what space junk poses a risk to, as our final answer.